allegation of sexual misconduct. HBO removing the comedian from its Night of Too Many Stars charity show and pulling his past projects from its on-demand services. And the official start of winter is still 6 weeks away, but bitter cold's already in the upper Midwest, and it's headed for the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. That so-called dreaded polar vortex making its first appearance of the season. And for USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
The views and opinions expressed by programs on 1180 WLTT are not necessarily those of the station or CLI Radio, LLC.
Welcome back. We're back in the house at No Covers, Straight Talk, No Chaser, in the house, Floyd Morgan. I met, we'll tell you why I wanted you on the show.
Okay.
I don't remember if you recall, I think the first time I met you, we were doing an event called the 1,000-Man March.
All right.
I did it at the MLK Center. I didn't know who you were then, but you were talking about, I was looking in the audience and I'm sitting there watching, and you stood up and you started talking about economics. Started talking about black economics and how we needed to pool our resources, and you started talking about money. And I said, who is this young dude? I said, I'm looking because I'm always watching, I'm always scouting, and I had Jamil with me then.
Right.
Jamil was working with me at the BRC. I said, yo, who, bro? I said, he had Dr. Jackson level, because Terry's the only person I know in this town to talk like that about money.
Right.
And so you were so passionate about it. And then when Jamil told me, he said, "No, brother went to school at the state in business and finance." I said, okay. So I really wanted you, because this day we talked about, I said we was talking about black money, but let me understand, y'all, all money green.
Correct.
I'm just talking about black money for y'all. You already did. We talking about black money there. I just call it black money because you know how I am. I'm about my people. But all money is green. And I don't care who got the money. I really want some of it. Right. So we talked about earlier how you got into economics and how how you got there through the school system. What influence did Fayetteville State have on you?
Oh man, from the very first step I took on campus, man, it was a culture shock, man. Like, I never ever seen this many black people in an environment where they're accomplishing everything they want to accomplish, man. I mean, it literally was like walking into a different world, pun intended. You know what I mean? When I stood on that campus and I see people, in the business center, when I seen them in, sciences, when I see them in English, man, I was just like, wow, so actually black people do all this stuff. I mean, we got every avenue that we need to build and support communities and create stable economics. I was like, is there somebody is specializing in becoming a professional in that lane?
So that black college experience had that impact. Because sometimes a day, I hear so many people getting, I don't want to go to that school. You got children. I don't want that school Ragley, that, not even Fayetteville, some Shaw, all the schools. North Carolina. If North Carolina has a history of black colleges. But I see sometimes not enough support in the black community for those colleges. Yeah. And we need to be strong. That's why I wanted you to share that experience. I know you had Fayetteville State on. Mm-hmm. I'm from Wilmington by way of Fayetteville. I came to Fayetteville first. My uncles was in Fayetteville. I stayed in Fayetteville 2 years before I moved down here. So I'm familiar with that school and what the black college experience has done for people like you. Right. And how y'all pride that. One thing that's about the black fraternity, they got that pride. The black schools, they got that pride in their school. They got that pride. And they brings that pride in the community.
Exactly.
What do you see the biggest problem with us when it comes to money?
Oh man, the biggest problem, and it's everybody's problem, even my problem, man. And I come up with a saying for myself. It's a mantra, man. Food would be my salvation, man. That's the biggest problem I see, man. We eat out too much, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, you probably weren't expecting that.
Whoa.
You probably weren't expecting that.
You talking about? Whoa, let me get back there. Whoa. Go explain that.
All right, man. You always say this. Let me go ahead real quick. I don't got no money, but always got money for that McDonald's, that Wendy's, that fast food. How many times you heard that? Or, hey, bro, let me get $10 so I get something to eat real quick. And it's your cousin. You know what I'm saying? Everybody broke, but you can look, you know what? They got to eat. Or the babies got to eat, man. Give me some money instead of hey, run and get the babies some McDonald's. Come on, man, that killed our pockets, man. Point blank, period. If food would be your salvation in more ways than one, but I guarantee, man, if you look at anybody bank account, man, and what they spend, you look at that fast food bill, I guarantee they can save, they can invest, they can grow money, they can do anything they want to do, man.
You talking my language. I eat probably one good meal a day, and I cook every day of the week, except for everyone. Remember, we have date night.
Right.
Me and my wife got date night, and we go out, and since we've been together, she knows I'm cooking every day. I go to the grocery store. I can go to the grocery even with grocery shopping.
Right.
I'm about the coupons, them sales, and thank you, Food Line, for having the meats on sale. You know, in the back, you have marked down, and I can put in the freezer. Thank you.
Right.
I know what days to go. The meat man knows what time I'm coming, because I know what time he marks down, and he mark them down. I put them in the freezer, and yeah, that's it in there.
You just put me on to something. I mean, look, that's kind of the main thing. But I mean, aside from the food, man, that was just something on my heart. I had to.
I mean, if I can get some beef, what you call them, and it's okay. So it's going out that day. Mm-hmm. If you all don't know that, let me give you all a trick. Food Line marks down every day between early in the morning and before shifts change. So early in the morning, they mark down what was left overnight.
Right.
Then they mark down at shift change what's going down. So if you catch them at about 9 o'clock, I want y'all be kidding all my stores now. If you catch them at 9 o'clock and you catch them about 3:30, 4 o'clock, all you had to do was look that morning and see what the date on it is. You know when they're going to mark it down.
Right.
Then they're going to come and mark it down half price.
Ooh.
They got 2 marks down. The first one is a quarter price, and the next one is a half price.
Oh, catch it.
So you catching it at you getting it at half price. So I'm going to go in there with $20 and get $40 worth of meat.
Right.
Mark down, and the only thing I'm gonna do is go put it in my freezer so it's gonna stay fresh. And then when I need to take it out and cook it, it's the same meat I would have got anyway. They gonna take it and then give it to the food bank. I'm gonna catch it before it get to the food bank. Right. And that's almost most of the stores do that now. And I'm I save a ton of money that way. But I can see food being a big scale. What about us? What's our savings habit? I know you had a saving plan going one time, and why we can't save no money?
Oh man, you know what? So. That's I mean, food. Yeah, that's one reason. And then the next reason, when it comes down to is information and knowledge, man, and knowing, the vehicles to save in, knowing, where you can put your money at, those kind of things, man. We just don't know about it, and then we get bombarded with so many. I don't want to say social, but media. Tell us to live in the day and be present. And a lot of our, current day, think about current day role models, man. The athletes, entertainers, stuff like that. And they're out there just, spending money. So as you repeatedly get hit with something in the head, it's kind of like it's a seed and it grows. And the more you see that, you're thinking, hey, I got to have this, I got to have that. I always got to be in the now. And honestly, that kills us, man, because we put our money in the wrong place. When you put your money in the wrong place, man, you can't really, actually build wealth. And then at the same time, your parents aren't telling you about saving money. In my personal life, man, I'm having a hard time, building these things up because I had 20 plus years of such bad habits. Now I'm trying to counteract those habits with new information and at the same time break old habits at the same time, man.
I had that. My father, I can't remember my father sitting there talking about fan. Right. I remember my father had one habit that I don't think I remember. I remember him coming home. He had a habit. He would always come home and cash his check. Mm-hmm. But when he get his check, he would cash it and he'd bring it home. Right. And he would lay it out on the bed. And I would see him, and I think I remember asking one time why he do that. He said, I want to see my money before I give it away. That was his thing. I tell you, he would look at his money. And he lay it out on the bed and look at his bill. He gets large bills, and I was like, he got a lot of money. I think Daddy got money. Yeah. And I said, no, I don't. And one thing my father did teach me, when I remember my brother, when he got his first check, and he did the same thing with me when I got my first check. And parents don't do this thing. I saw this on Facebook the other day. Somebody was talking about this, about their children when they go to their first job. Right. When I got my first job, I got my first bill. Okay. When I came home from work, after my first week of paycheck, my daddy had it lined out. Air, electricity, food, and shelter. Mm-hmm. He didn't make me pay the whole bill. Right. He gave me my percentage. Correct. You got a job now. Here's your percentage of the lights. Here's your percentage of the air you're going to use. And here's a percentage of the food you're going to eat in this house. True. Unless you're going to go out and buy your own. And so it taught me really about, okay, I had a choice to make. Do I want to keep living in his house, go get my whole house, and make more money and pay my bills? And so that was I can't give me those value lessons and how to pay my bills on time.
And check this though, and see what you said. Bill paying is great, but and you also said as soon as you said your dad said the money's going out. Before, what you learned, you didn't learn one thing about saving at all. You see that you didn't even learn one thing about savings. Look, I work in a financial institution, and I see all kind of people come in there. But one thing I really see, different races, is that they take their kids' money and they create bank accounts for them before they get a chance to start working. Like I didn't get my first bank account until I started working. I see other races, they got kids, babies in the belly, got a bank account, already got a money market account. You know what I'm saying? And put it in. Before they get age 10, they probably got more savings than you probably seen in your whole entire lifetime, you know what I'm saying, at one time.
Then they just taking that out, they check.
Yeah, they take it out, they check. $2 or $3 here, 1%, 2-3% here, putting it in for the child. And then as the child get older, what they do is they'll bring them in and say, hey, well, you got a little bit of money, put it in the bank. And then I always see them giving lessons at the same time. They say, well, look, don't spend all your money because you might want something tomorrow. You might want something down the line. And I see that all the time, but I rarely see it with us, which is all like I try to instill that in everybody. I start some things in my family too, where I talk about money, I talk about saving. I say, what percentage of your money do you want to save? I haven't started everybody bank accounts, but I want to start everybody bank account too at the same time, so you can actually see your money grow. Because and then at the same time, I think we have fear of banks. Because like you said, your daddy cashed his check and came home. I see people cash their checks like us all the time. I think to myself, you don't want to put $5 in? You don't want to put $2 in? Sure. You don't want to put nothing in? You know what I mean? Like, nah, I just want to cash it all and go. Oh, okay. Well, obviously, your money ain't going to be able to grow none or get any kind of value of interest or compound interest. It's never going to be able to see that because obviously it's not in a position where it can do that.
Now you stated early, so a lot of times our people can't see the save because they're gonna spend it all. But we just showed how early if you cut back on certain things, you got some money to save.
Right.
That extra $20 a week you spend on fast food.
Yeah, but see, like you say, even deeper. If from a child you never knew to save, if saving was never even that, only thing you knew was we're gonna spend money. And that's my nephews and my little cousins. How can you use money? Oh, well, I can buy this. I can buy that. Is that the way you know how to use money? Is to spend it?
It go deep in that. You was talking on the break or something about those words that you explain. Talk to the audience what you talking about. You talk that. Explain that again.
Definitely. So during the break we were talking about this book I'm reading, man, and everybody knows that follows me. The moral of the story, you got to read, man. You need that information. That is the new currency of today's information. And while I was explaining to Daru that in this book, Framework for Understanding Poverty, it talks about words. And it says, it goes to economic groups. So you have your welfare group or your poverty group, your working class group, and then you have your wealthy, right? It says by the age of 3, children in a welfare economic group only know 3 million words or are heard 3 million words. In a working class group, it has 26 million words that you heard by the time you're 3 years old. And then wealthy people, their children by the age of 3 hear 45 million words. Now think about this right here. You're down 32 million words just by the time you're age of 3. And so the example I want to give to Daru was use and utilize. So the definition of use is take hold or deeply as a mean of accomplishing a purpose or achieving a result, right? That's use. Now utilize, it says make practical and effective use of. Like I was telling him, I said in the word utilize, you had the word use. So think about this right here. If in terms of creating wealth, if I can use something to create wealth, that's one thing. That's where we're getting wealth. If I can utilize something to create wealth, I'm using what I just used to create wealth, and then I have an added additional means of creating wealth. So the example I gave him was a socket wrench. Now you get a socket wrench, you can get out here and turn and do things you need to do to create wealth. But once you get that extender and those extensions to go on that socket wrench, now you can get into tighter places, you can get into more things, and now you're utilizing that socket wrench to create more wealth. So now you not only create wealth with the socket wrench, you can do that all day. Now you got 2 more avenues to utilize that socket wrench to create even more wealth. And that's one thing that we just don't have.
Don't have that.
You know what I mean? If you're not even I lost my words here. Exposed to these words. If you're not even exposed to things that you can do how can you even do them, man?
So what's the name of that book again?
Oh, and the name of this book right here is A Framework for Understanding Poverty. And it's a very deep book. Like I was telling Dawood, it's not about race, it's about class and hidden rules amongst classes. It gets very deep, and it really kind of unearths a lot of I think things we see in America.
We talk about that in our book No Covers, like one of the hidden rules of American culture.
Right.
We talk about that. We don't understand that there are hidden rules that are kept for us purposely.
Correct.
We don't. We're not giving at an early age those lessons in finance. We're not giving those lessons. We're not even. There's a science to mating.
Yeah.
That we don't know.
Right.
There's a science. There's an actual science to mating. We don't know the science of mating. So if you don't, you had the wrong science of mating, and you're 18 or 19, you already starting off behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Because you putting yourself in debt right away.
Yeah.
I had this thing with my sons. I didn't want any of them to have children until they got settled.
Right.
My boys, I tell them, no, because you're going to start off behind the 8 ball. You having children early is putting you behind the 8 ball already. You're not settled. I need you to get your house first. I need you to be working on at least getting your house. Right. Have some land up under your feet. I get them everything I didn't get. And land up under your feet. Be secured financially with a good, decent job. Then you're thinking about going into a situation where you're going to have some children, because now you're not behind the 8 ball. You're able to take care of the responsibility you have put on you. But if you're sitting there making minimum wage,
right,
and all of a sudden you got this newborn coming, and his diapers coming around the corner to need, and the milk and everything else is needed, you sitting there you behind the 8 ball already.
Behind the 8 ball.
You already behind in your economic growth and survival. And a lot of times our young people, our young children are not getting that information. It's there, but we're just not getting that early information on stocks and bonds. We don't.
Yeah, you know what? Even one thing I want to kind of touch on that thing about children, because this book touches on it too. It goes a little, but look, basically what it gets down to, it says people in poor economic situations look at children as accessories, and people in wealth look at children as legacies.
Ah, okay.
You ever thought about that? You think about this: baby on the hip, baby got the J's on, baby got the Nike on.
Come on.
And guess what? My baby's so fly. My baby's so fresh. You go somewhere else, and baby's wearing the walking shoe, and probably got something handed down to him. You know what I'm saying? And you think about this: they're there to create, conserve what they have, and build upon what they have. Here, we don't have nothing to conserve or even to build upon. You see what I'm saying?
We started doing. I'm the child. I'm a second child. My brother's older than me, 4 years older.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recall getting new school clothes until integration.
Mm.
I'm one of the last groups of integration children in the 70s. Virginia was the last state to hold out, so we integrated last. I never forget the biggest argument my mother and father had, and it affects our community to this day. We were bused. I'm in the last generation busing, so we were actually bused to the new school. I remember eggs being thrown at me as a child as I came off the bus. We were going to the white school, coming from a black school. I used to always get my brother's hand-me-downs. My brother's clothes from when he wore to school, that's what I would get.
Mm-hmm.
My mother refused. She argued with my father. I had to go get new clothes. But she refused to let me go to that white school, sit beside them white children with hand-me-downs on.
Right.
We started playing the Joneses game.
Right.
And what we do is we take things to the extreme. So once we came into being able to integrate into America, we've taken it spending to the extreme.
Right.
We didn't take saving and wealth to the extreme.
Right.
We took spending to the extreme that, like you said, we got to have the freshest, the flyest, the newest. And one of the biggest examples in this town, it makes me mad every year, is the money we spent on Azalea Festival weekend.
Oh, man.
Oh, it used to. When I first came here, I said, "What is this? It's a drug?" I found out that the children on the Azalea Festival weekend had to have a new outfit.
You got to have it. You got to have it.
I said, "What?" On a Azalea Festival, something that don't even have to do with us at all. No,
right.
Historically,
exactly.
Then you got to go out and spend your. Okay, so we got Azalea Festival weekend. We coming in. It happened in Reach Round. I got it timed right by the first of the month.
Yeah.
Got it timed.
Perfect.
We going. I'm seeing them going to the mall. They spending. They got to have money for to go out. Then the parents got to go out. They got to have their hair done for Isaiah weekend.
For Isaiah Festival weekend, only here in Wilmington.
And if you think about the ton of money that we spend collected on other places, on other people, that one weekend, I was amazed when I first got to town and saw that. I was like, no wonder we broke.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get over that Isaiah Festival thing too, man.
That was crazy. I noticed. I noticed with spending. They come out with the commercials they come out with. We got to have a new drink. We got to have top shelf. We got to have the Flyers gear. We have just went overboard.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What's the spending power we have?
I think it's like 1.1 trillion.
1 trillion.
Yeah.
That's our spending power.
That's our spending power, but how much of that is actually coming back to us? Let's talk about that number.
Yeah, it's like 1-2% of it is coming actually back.
Like 2% is actually coming back to our community.
To our community. And we spending that much money out.
Come on, man. How much money is that? That's just leaving. I mean, not circulating in our community. I mean, and the thing is, we get to complaining about this and that, but think about this right here, man. Every other race is in this country too. Every other race is not white. What are they doing? Because guess what? They're not complaining like we complaining. They living good, and guess what? They ain't getting killed, knocked over the head like we is.
No.
And guess what? I mean, we in a capitalist society. Let's think about that point blank first. It's capitalism. That's economics. That's money. You put your money where it need to be at, you're gonna be all right. And the powers that be gonna deal with you. You can force them to deal with you because that's their means as well.
We pay a bill. So speaking of money, let me pay a bill right quick and we'll be right back. Coming right back to y'all at W.
November 24th and 25th, $18.90 Dawson Street.
CLR
Radio presents the North Carolina Black Business Directory's Blackout Friday weekend event. Shopping, food, music, and more. 9 a.m. until everything is gone. It's going down Friday and
that's what you know what I mean when it comes to that. I got my that's my last card right here. I got some things I probably just had to end. This some places where I go to get my information and what I use some of the things I use some printables, for a meal plan, budgeting, checklists and that nature right there. And then black businesses, black banks. Black banks, I got the top 5 black banks. Got the one we got here, what they're doing. And, check this out though, man. This is a crazy fact. I just learned this morning. According to the FDIC, man, black-owned banks gave 67% of their mortgages to black-owned families, right? While the other banks that not black-owned, minority-owned, only gave 1% of their mortgages to black families. They ain't even think about working with us. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? We still want to feed them our money, man. I mean, think about when it comes to community, man.
Expressed on this program are not necessarily those of WLTT 1180 or CLI Radio LLC.
We're back in the house, straight talking on Chase. So, don't cover talk show. In the house is FLOYD. More going to have some interesting conversation on money this last set. We gonna take it some more. On black, we're talking about black money, but like I said, all money is green. Correct. Remember, all money is green, and you gotta go out there and get. I mean, we can hustle for everything else, but we gotta be able to learn how to hustle and save and take care of our community and family. Now, one of the things recently I've noticed is when it comes to our social issues and things in our community, we don't have the resources. I am embarrassed, and I'm gonna say it this morning. I hope I'm not gonna step on no toes. But I am embarrassed that a wealthy gentleman, I appreciate what he's doing. I hope he's doing it for the right cause. I keep seeing the articles in the newspaper about the gang violence.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm embarrassed that a white entrepreneur has to now put his money up and was able to hire 9 former gang members. That should be embarrassment for us, especially coming out of Wilmington 1898 and what we could have had. That here someone has to come in and hire our young men and try to create an economic opportunity for them. I appreciate it.
Right.
But I still know what we could be doing on a smaller scale that could have got to that scale. why do you think we don't give back? We pay tithes. I see some.
Okay, yeah.
I see some tithes being paid. But why do we really don't give back to social issues when it comes? Do we not have the money? Do we not have the infrastructure? Or do we just don't care?
Wow, man. Let's see. I think we don't care, and I think that we just don't understand the value of giving back, man. I think that our value system, you know, as a culture is not built on giving back and paying forward. I don't think that the benefits, we can see the benefits, man. And I think that it's just like you were saying with your dad, you want to be able to see that. And I think when we can't see things right then and there,
right,
it kind of takes a back seat, man.
We got that short-term mindset.
Yeah.
I call it the microwave generation.
Right.
That's what I call it. I call it the microwave generation. We don't know when you gotta prepare a meal, you have to prepare the meal. You have to cut the ingredients up, get it ready, make the bread, get everything in order, then put the ingredients together and stir it. That's why I enjoy cooking. I enjoy preparing it, getting it ready, and then eat it. But the microwave, this fast food, they click it. It's give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. I noticed that with my own sons, I had to teach that to them. It's like, give it to me now, give it to me now. When you have to prepare and you work at it. I have this thing. Whenever I see a young man in the neighborhood with a lawnmower, I stop and give him some money.
Okay.
If I see a young man with pushing a lawnmower, I turn the car back around and I make some change $5 here. Why you doing that? I said, man, you out with a lawnmower? I ain't seen one of them in years.
Right.
I haven't seen nobody with a lawnmower, a young man with a lawnmower going door to door, knocking on doors, can I cut your grass?
Right.
In years, raking leaves in years. That work ethic I haven't seen that in years. So where you get your juice from, man? Where you get your energy from? Because I always like to ask people where they get it. I want to know because they might have a well I'm trying to get to. So where you get your juice from?
Oh man, I get my juice from honestly, man, I'm scared to be a bum. That's my worst fear. It is to wake up and not be able to support myself or my family, man. I can't, you know what I mean? Wow. And so with that being said, it already pushed me to want more. And then what I learned is if you go as far as you can see, once you get to that point where you as far as you can see, you see more. And guess what? You start liking what you see. And so when you start liking what you're seeing, you be like, oh, well, I can do a little bit more. You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, as I inch forward, as I walk forward, I start realizing, man, this path is gonna lead me to where I want to be. And then from there, it's just like, hell no, well, Floyd, do you want this? Okay, well let's start working towards and going to get that. You know what I mean? And just the fact that I can go and get it just makes me want to get up and go and get it.
What's your goal? What you want to do?
Oh man, so
what's your ultimate?
Yeah, ultimate goal is to start just like other people, minority credit union, man. Start a minority credit union and basically be an influencer and able to influence some change, man. That I want to see, man. I feel a lot better. You know what I mean? I know what it takes. I mean, I know it's gonna take, me doing what I got to do every single day, and at the same time get to that place where I could be an influence. And once that influence started happening, then I think maybe some changes can start happening. You know what I mean? And somebody that can speak up about it. You got me on the show, I'm speaking up, and I get a chance to speak to some brothers. I tell them about that money, man. I tell them about that finance. I tell them what I'm doing.
So you sitting there at the bank saying, "Why we don't have one?"
Right.
You sit there looking. A sister, somebody sent me something on I've been using. Somebody sent me something that a sister wrote the other day. She said, "You are not allowed to leave your dreams on your pillar and go build somebody else's."
Right.
Yeah. I'm not allowed. Got to be building your own dreams at the same time. And I think sometimes people do that. They have, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they never get there.
Right.
And not understand a penny here, a penny there, a penny there. You can get there. I mean, I got a thing. I collect pennies.
Collect pennies. Yeah. Okay.
I get in people's cars and take their pennies. If I'm in your car, I'm getting your pennies. I
need my pennies, brother. Huh? I need my pennies.
I'm gonna get pennies. I gotta have a penny. You have pennies sitting there. Yeah, I'm at work. I'm getting people. I'm just through to work. They bring me about pennies.
Right.
I put them in a little can. Pennies add up. I be people throwing away pennies, man.
They do, man. People act like pennies ain't money.
It's money.
People act like pennies, 100 pennies ain't equal $1 every single time. Every time, you know what I mean?
I might have to go to my penny job sometime. Get the gas in the car.
Exactly.
Better than using that swipe that card. Yes, I understand. I collect change. You stay. The luck, change adds up. My dad would always have a job change.
Yeah, but and also get back to that juice, man. One thing else is that, like I said, throughout this journey, I learned about finance, man. I know that it's possible. I mean, literally looking at some of my textbooks, man. I remember thinking back in school, man. Okay, so this is how this country is set up. So, and I get this analogy. I said a pizza oven, man. So the pizza oven is capitalist society, right? If you put in dough, pasta sauce, cheese, whatever toppings you want, you'll get your pizza out. But if you put in aluminum foil and corn and a soup mix, you're not getting no pizza out. And they even cook it the right way.
Yeah.
Guess what? That ain't no pizza. And guess what we been putting in the whole time? We been putting in aluminum foil, corn, and soup.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
We're not playing by the game.
We ain't playing by the game. Yeah. I think to myself, okay, well, all my leaders, all they want to do is focus on social issues. Yeah, we was in a socialism society, that'd be great. We'd probably be winning. But unfortunately, we in a capitalist society, so we gotta put in money.
Play the game.
You know what I mean?
We play the game. Gotta play the game. The way the game is played.
Exactly.
And then we can go back and answer some of those social issues.
Right.
That's why I created the Black Business Director, because I want them to see. Okay. So I complain. Y'all, they know I do. I complain about 1898, 118 years. What could have happened? I complain about that. But at the same time, we can still do it again.
Yeah.
If they did it, if it was done one time, maybe people talk about Black Wall Street, they talk about Wilmington, the race riots. Okay, but those people did it.
Correct.
They did it within this country.
Right. And at what time period they did it in?
Right. We had ownership in this country when some of us weren't allowed to go to school.
Right.
Some of us weren't allowed to have the proper education. Right. So now we have the opportunity, because I have a thing about us not getting our children in college. I have a stickler about I have been blessed to put 3 through early college. Right. I got one more in early college now, and I got another one coming behind. He's going to graduate with regular school, but he's going straight to the military. Because I know I play in their destiny. I do their destiny. Right. They can do what they want to when I'm finished with them. Right. When they get grown, then they grown. Exactly. But as long as they're under me, I'm playing in your destiny. You're going to get here. Right. That's that hard current that I had. Mm-hmm. You're going to get here. Once I'm finished with you, you can hate me or love me, whatever, but once I'm finished with you, you're going to have a degree in your hand. Yep. Some kind of a degree, a high school diploma and further. Yep. That's one of the biggest keys I have with us trying to get somewhere. But when they get that, what they're going to do with it and how they're going to get back. But we're not there. We're not teaching our children education, and education is going to help drive that money. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to help us. It's going to help us solve some of these issues. And we think we're going to do it with marching and sitting down with no money.
When we do that, we march, sit down, and put our money in our pocket, don't spend it. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's the only way that's going to work. You know what I mean? You got to think. I mean, it's very simple, man.
We in this town, we got barbers and beauty salons. That's our largest industries that we have. Right. That's self-supported. But even my barbers and beauticians, they have a habit, and not I'm talking about all of them, but most of them that I go into, they have a habit of working out their pocket. Mm-hmm. You know, they have a habit. I see people get in business. They don't have a habit of going to that register and keeping your taxes and keeping your. Yeah. I know you're a tax man. Right. And keeping their books right. Yes. I've been working with some people lately, and I got to a certain point, and I've been trying to get them into some of the big minority situations where you can actually grow. And I'm working, trying to get I've been working with the state, utilize minority business, right? Underutilized minority businesses, and how to work a contract and actually get some of these contracts. Okay. You know the biggest problem I find when they get there, when I done spent like 15 hours of man hours, right, trying to get all the forms in, applications in, get them to the way they need to be. And right, what's the number one problem?
That paperwork.
That paperwork ain't done.
Man, I don't know if we scared of paperwork, man, but I learned because I had to read. Once you get to reading, there's nothing that you can't have, man.
When you want a loan, when you want to get into government contracts, when you want to go build a building, or you want to use somebody else's money, they want them tax records.
They do.
They want to see what you've done the last 3 years most of the time, and sometimes 5. We come there to the table, when we try to get it, and they asked that one question. Let me see your last 3 years.
Oh, man. Hey, look, I'm in the midst of that. I know what happened. I see it all the time. Any kind of new business, that's exactly what it is, and that's really our weakest point. Think about it, man. You got somebody that can go out there and do their job great, expertise, you know. Yeah. And that's the thing. You are an expert at what you do right then and there, right? Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, each of this point, man. Do you know? I think it's only like 3 black accountants in this city.
I learned that hard way.
I had to find out there are no financial advisors that are black. I couldn't find out there was. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I think to me, man, I think we missing those good marriages, those partners. Yeah. You know, somebody told me a long time ago, and he was like, man, you gotta have a good lawyer, a good accountant, and a good advisor.
That's all day long. I see businesses fail, especially our businesses. I see some of our nonprofit organizations fail. First thing you gotta have a lawyer.
Yeah.
But a lot of that legal stuff I can do pretty so much on my own. I can get some of that done. Right. But that accountant, that tax money, I want an accountant to do that.
Yeah.
Because when the IRS call you in, you better be able to go find your accountant.
You better find everything
and make sure
in order. Yeah.
Because people talk. I want to do open this one. I want to do that. There used to be a thing. I used to sit on my mama's. In my mama's room, she had a little thing poster. And it was a monkey sitting on the toilet with toilet paper. It was like a monkey sitting there, and the top of it said, "The job is not finished till the paperwork is done." And sometime with us, it ain't finished. The job ain't finished. Yeah. You sitting on that toilet, you can flush it all day long, but if the job is not finished and the paperwork is done, you're gonna be spelling all day. You got to take care of the paperwork.
I think that's, in all honesty, man, I that may be our biggest dilemma. Now you think about it, that may be our biggest dilemma. Is that paperwork. People are scared of it.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you in, because I know you got tax cuts and we get into that time of year.
Right.
Our folks don't even know we have a brother in town, Lord Morgan. You can find his information in the book. You can go on the Black Directory. He's listed. You can get his information online. He does. He's financial. He's accountant. He's tax. You got to get you an accountant so he can get your stuff in order. Definitely. So that when you try to go to the next level, because we don't think next level.
Yeah.
We don't think that. I tell people I can always tell if they thinking next level by their name. Sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, I watch some people name their business.
Okay.
They'll name their business, but is the business? Can you put this business in New York with that name?
Right.
I'm looking to see though. You thinking franchising?
That's exactly, you already know that tax cuts. That's
I'm thinking franchise.
I'm thinking franchise all the way.
I got when people say what is no covers? No covers is no covers, but it's the reason why it's no covers. It's NC, no covers. North Carolina, no covers. Mm-hmm. When I go to Virginia, it's gonna be VA, no covers. When I go to DC, it's gonna be DC, no covers. When I go to Sacramento, it's another no covers. You always thinking. My first company was Direct Support Professionals. Okay. It was named that way because I'm thinking franchise.
Exactly.
If you do it here, then I can teach somebody. I can go to another city. That's why when we created the first directory, it was the North Carolina. It was Wilmington Black Business Directory. Mm-hmm. And our directory is eventually going to be for people who don't know, the directory will eventually be an app.
Right.
My long-term goal is a phone app.
Okay.
So I said, "Oh, I got all the business listed in Wilmington. Now, I call somebody in Charlotte. Give me all your black businesses. Then I call somebody in Fayetteville. I need your black businesses. So when I go to Charlotte now, or when I go to some out of town now, I go in my directory. I find one of the businesses that are listed in the directory. I go to the directory. Sometimes they don't even know they're in there because I put them in there for free. I go to the restaurant and man said, "You did this for me?" And I go and get some. Go it off a million, man.
Exactly.
Get your dinner. Exactly. I got you. You put me in there. I said, "Yeah, you're black-owned business."
Yeah.
They said, "Well, how you do it? How are you doing it for free? You got to have a vision."
Correct.
It's just collecting data.
Right.
If I collect all of this data all over the country and put them in an app, then we get paid. Because phone apps are new technology. And then I'm able to funnel that money back to the businesses that's in the app and able to help support new businesses coming. So you got to always, our people think short term.
Yeah.
We got to be today thinking long term economic wealth. Give me some wrap up and tell me where you at now. What we doing and what points you missed that you might want to tell from folks in the audience that we need to lay it on them.
Yeah, definitely, man. I wanted to kind of capitalize on one point, man. Here in this these minority-owned banks and black-owned banks, man. I know there was a really big push, last year and early this year, Bank Black, Move Your Money, and through that, that short period of time, I read that over $60 million got moved from majority-owned banks to minority-owned banks during that short period of time. But I got a statistic here, man, and really why it's so important about getting us into these black-owned banks and building wealth for ourselves. So the FDIC reported in 2011 that black-owned banks service 67% of their mortgages to black-owned families, versus majority-owned banks that only service 1% of mortgages by black-owned by black families. So I mean, so if you look at that disparity, if you see, man, you know, these banks aren't really out here to help us to create wealth, you know. So and the thing is, we got things out here or tools or vehicles to help us build wealth, and we're not even utilizing.
You said 67%.
67% of their mortgages went to black families versus 1%.
So let's say we take, so when you take it, so I'm listening to you. So in my mind saying the simple process is we take the 14 to 16% of the population we are in the city. Some like 16, some say 19.
Right.
Take the 19% of the population. You create a bank.
Mm-hmm.
We 80%, because we never going to 100% participation, but 80% of us, put 80% of us as a people right there, put their money in that bank.
Right.
Then we turn around and get our black businesses to put their money in that bank.
Correct.
Then we turn around and get our religious institutions to put their money
in
that bank.
Right.
You understand? You know where I'm going with this,
I
right?
see where you're going.
Then we take around and take some of these wealthy folks that we got that above the radar that we don't know to put their money and be on the board of directors of that particular bank.
Right.
That's a simple process.
Simple
process. Now we got the money in the bank. We still only 18% of the population.
Correct.
Because I saw that synagogue get built over there on Market Street.
Right.
And that was a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how they handle their money. Now we put ours in that bank and then we go leverage that bank.
Right.
Now you said they get 6 or 7% home.
Correct.
So now we got a bank that's sitting over here when Ms. Johnson over here can go down to the bank and go in there and get that home loan.
Yeah.
That's a simple process.
She can go get a home loan. She can go get help with that other personal loan. You know what? And she probably can get a better interest. But think about it. You got local banks, local communities that also know you as well in your community. Think about your banker now. Now your banker may know your situation. If he knows that for the past 20 years you've been working and you know no breaks, nothing like that. Oh man, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I know you got a little bit of trouble. Let's help you out. Versus you going to somebody that don't know you and you trying to tell them and they judge you off of what they can see in your credit report. You know, they don't know you've been an upstanding citizen. They don't know you out here volunteering your time, your work hours. You know what I mean? Or you got somebody over here in your family doing this and doing that. You know what I mean? It causes a little stress. I mean, these are the things that these local banks do. Mostly minority-owned banks are local in the community. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna ask you. It comes from a movie that just came to my mind. I'm listening to you talk about that. How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. I said to myself, amazing. 33. You gay at 33, and you're a shining example for the city. I can see you doing it, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can see you actually opening that bank one day. Yeah. And when he does, y'all heard it first here at WLGT 1180 AM. That brother going, that's a mission and that's a goal because that's possible. That's something that's feasible. It's feasible to have that institute. It's not a unheard of. It's feasible. We got some people right here with some money.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the big. I mean, I tell the brothers all the time. We got the biggest union with ILA. That on our show, we got the biggest union in town. Our biggest financial institution that's really predominantly black.
Right.
That's a predominantly black big institution that we got money that's just sitting in other banks. So yeah, that's a feasible goal that you. 33, amazing. 33.
Right.
33.
Man, I just want to give a little information, man. And look, I just found this out probably last week, man. I was trying to figure out how to become a little bit tighter, man, because I'm working right now with a real estate investor here in town, man. I'm trying, how do I tighten up and save a little more money so I can really get into this game the right way, really start building up capital myself. And so my co-worker just told me about Pinterest. I mean, everybody knows social media is Pinterest,
Mm-hmm.
and all you gotta do is type in, budgeting or budget plans, and they have printables for you. I mean, and that's very simple. I mean, however you choose, they'll give you thousands of different pens to look at. You go in there, you just pick up and you print out what you want, man. And I would say, some of the things you want to print out that I have is you want to print you out a budget, a spending plan. That's one. You want to print you out a monthly bill checklist. That's number 2. You want to print you out a meal planner, and then you want to print you out a goal worksheet. You get those 4 or 3 things. You get those 4 or 3 things right there in order, man. You will be able to see a difference in your finances. I'm talking about you'll actually be able to see the picture. So when you going to think about this, just get it right now. Now you actually can see what the financial picture look like maybe next month and 2 months down the line. You actually can start. Okay, well, I can start doing some different things now. Now I spend my money on paper first and start to see where, okay, well, I got a little extra here, I got a little extra there. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing. So emergencies happen because emergencies always come up with us. We already know that. Because when we don't have it, it never fails. Something gonna happen. You know what I mean? But once you get some of those things down, you put them on paper, man, your financial picture looks so much clearer, man, and your vision becomes so much clearer about what you really want to do with yourself, man.
Floyd, I appreciate you coming on today.
I appreciate you, man.
Audience, again, tune in. You can get this back on your Facebook Live later. If you didn't, share it with your friends. If you don't, if you want to sit down and let your children listen to it, repeat it, share the information, because that's what we're about here. That's why we call it No Covers. We don't keep that covered up. I appreciate you, brother. Love you, man.
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you. Dawood, man. Hey, the